This is why we don't do love spells on specific people, because especially if they break your heart in the worst possible way, because not only are we interfering with their choices and free will, but also we don't know what the future holds. And if they don't change and grow, we may end up outgrowing them and still trying to make it work somehow. So I had a boyfriend when I was like 14, and he was a little bit older than me, not by like a whole lot. He was still in high school, but I thought he really liked me. And so when he broke my heart, I could not separate what I thought was love on one side and bitterness. And I did a spell, which basically entailed that he would never get over me. And some years later, I get a message from him telling me exactly that. And whenever I would see him around, um, he would pop up and call me because I had exchanged my number with him at some point, and there was no change in him whatsoever. And so, if he had changed or if he had grown in some way, he wouldn't have thought of me. That spell would have had no bearing. But because he remembered me as being kind to him when he didn't really deserve it, that was the memory that he took away from the situation. And it was guilt that he was feeling, which is kind of what I did the spell with, guilt, not love. But it was guilt that he was feeling, and he got that confused because, like I said, there was no change whatsoever. So if you do a love spell, first of all, don't do it to attract a specific person. Um, and if you do it to attract love, be sure that you recognize that just because somebody comes along may not necessarily be true love, but it may be part of what your spell draws in, because I've done that too. And it's not necessarily something that leads to a lasting love, which makes it hard because I always know what's going to happen in my love life, like when somebody's coming along. But I have this from a company called Pure Aloha. It's the Rose Collection. I use this bar of soap, which also these can be used for self-love, which is usually my focus for any kind of love rituals. And I use lip glosses and makeup in pinks, pink clothing, stuff like that. Anything pink. I'm looking around to see what else I got here. But that's pretty much it. Oh, here we go. I knew there was something else. I got this recently. It's a rose body butter. So anyways, do self-love rituals instead. It's a lot safer.